Well, welcome back. So what we're gonna do here is me and Max and Little Moose and everybody goes through a change of life. Change your tires in your car. You change this, change that. I'm going to change the strings on my guitar. Cause just a while ago, or just earlier, a while ago is not a word. A while ago. So where I come from is we talk like that. If ever confronted like Neil Young, I'm going to well, that's the way I talk, man. That's the way I talk. But earlier I was thinking, like, even going out busking, right? Like, I'm kind of tired of doing it all summer. And I go out and I bang out the same 40 songs. Yeah, or whatever, you know what I mean? 25 songs, 30 songs, whatever. Like, I don't know, maybe close to 50 songs in my little repertoire that I can. Alright. I'm learning to play. See? You know what I mean? Um, it's always learning. Every time you play it, you do something really different sometimes. Anyway, it's improvisation or whatever. Trying to make the apparatus that I have sound good. My acoustic guitar over top of my busking equipment out on the street. It doesn't record good, so I don't really bother recording it. Like, maybe I'm learning, trial and error. Even what I'm doing right here, I figured I gotta do this trial and error too. I gotta change it up a little bit. Winter's here, and what am I going to do to be able to reach bands? Like, I was thinking, like, as far as going out to make some money, busking was my source of my income, a major source of it, and it's kind of like, 6 degrees. I'm gonna go out tonight. I think, part of me kind of hoping to see a special someone, but so, it ain't gonna happen. She can hide up the street at a different bar or something. I play outside, but she can go hide in a bar somewhere, a restaurant, I should say, and tell everybody how icky I am and how nothing's gonna happen between us, and yeah. Like I said, hide at the bar up the street kind of thing. So I'm a bum, you know what I mean? Like, I put on my bum clothes, I go down and play guitar for spare change. The odd spare $100 bill. Hey, the odd spare $100 bill. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell Justin Trudeau. Hey, I don't want to go through the Willie Nelson shit, hey. Somebody gives me a blower on the street after playing it. But anyways, that's how I survived. Quit smoking 3 months ago, you know that. It was a change in my life. You know. I guess what the moral of this little video here, I don't know how long it's going to last here, but we've taken a stream, probably 15 minutes, something like that. So just a little motivation talk for myself, and maybe somebody might even take an interest in me out there, like, become a fan. Oh, this is Max. Everybody remember Max from back in Facebook days? And his girlfriend Lil? We've been here living here a year, me and Max. Lil, well, they hooked up immediately, and she moved right in. And, well, like I said, it's a man without a wife's like a ship without an anchor. He don't do nothing anymore. I got a hard time to get him to do that engineering fucking task. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a quarter in a jar. Things I like to change life, you know what I mean? As an entertainer, as a musician, I was saying to a woman that I know, very fond of, I was like, so if I make it on the radio, I did make it on the radio. My first 2 songs, single release, Like a Satellite and Perfect Timing. Like a Satellite was released because of this woman who was like a satellite, but it was written about a different girl a long time ago. Parts was about a different girl a long time before that, and other parts about that girl and this part of life, and you know what I mean. And it all came out to Like a Satellite for this one. Which was unavailable and kind of unattainable. I'll talk about that. What was that? Oh yeah, Perfect Time. He got on the radio too. Thanks to Justin at CKDJ 107. All it was new music. Who so I can get behind this. Justin kind of looked into my story a little bit. being homeless on the street for many years and coming out and wow. Within 7 days me released my first song. Got on a radio station. What? Hey? What? On the radio? You want to play my song on the radio? Hey? This is pay play, eh? That's the first thing I asked. So this is a pay play, eh? No, he said no. Wow. Maybe one day I get to tell a story with him. At the Skydome, because he asked me where you going to be in 5 years. I said Skydome. I posted on the wall over there yesterday. He asked me that like a year ago. So everything's a little bit changed, here, a little thing. And I was thinking about tonight, I'm probably going to go busking up in the corner where they've heard me all summer. And most of them probably already gave me money, you know what I mean? Like, they don't, you can't just continue giving the same panhandler money or whatever. Maybe some people do, I don't know. Well, I'm not really a panhandler, I'm a musician. It's like, I'm cranking out hits on the corner. You know, everybody loved Bon Jovi. Hey, Slinky, man, something that'll be Saturday night, you know what I mean? Tonight be Friday night for her. So basically, is I want to go and put and I got this in my conscience here about 6 months ago, that when you go out to play, when you go out to practice, go out to do it like you're there to rock the world, rock their world, rock somebody's world. I always say her world, because, you know, I always got this girl in my heart that I'm focusing on kind of thing, or not always the same girl, but some focusing on somebody, or, you know, motivation or inspiration, I guess to call that. I look up words of inspiration, muse, amuse. I like to amuse her. She don't talk to me anymore. The other girl did. The other girl does. The other girl does. No. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Eh? In perfect times, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, I'm just going to eat some guppies all night. Young fellow didn't like that. What are you saying? Don't worry about it, dude. With two young girls, college student, university girls. I live next to George Brown University, or college in Toronto University. Hey? Wish they all could be college girls. But the thing is, like, I can't tell if they're like fucking 13 or if they're fucking 33. Like, anyways, that doesn't matter. I'm just changing my strings. If you're still here, like, cool. If you plan on taking off, make sure you subscribe. Okay? There's not the end of the video here. Because I'm not done changing my strings yet. This here is just, I'm changing my strings because what I was thinking earlier is if I go out there, anytime I go and play, like, I get down on myself whenever I get tired out there, and I start bombing songs. So, like, and I go out there, the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs I do are gonna rock, and then I'm gonna get tired, and people are gonna get. It'd be time to go home to bed because I usually done by 11. You know what I mean? There's a rapper comes out and does that corner usually around 11. So I'm like, I'm his, I'm the self-appointed, I'm going to open for a young fellow over there. I'm probably a better musician, but because I play music, he just raps, or he raps. He sounds pretty good though. And sometimes I sound pretty good. The thing is, what I'm getting at is whenever I don't sound good, and I mess it up, I want to give up. Sometimes I can rock it. I know it. Yeah, I know when I turn heads. And sometimes I do turn heads. And nobody ever tells me to quit my day job. Ever. You know, I used to play years ago in Calgary in a drop-in center. Drop-in center in Calgary, it's called a drop-in. That's for homeless and just poverty, impoverished people. Drop-in center. It holds, it's big. It's the size of a prison. It's the biggest one in Canada. It's called drop-in, and usually about 300 people sitting in the eating room. There's a few other buskers there. There's other kind of buskers, but I didn't go out and busk in the daytime. The rest of the guys that go out and busk make money. I would sit with the 300 people at the table to watch TVs. There's 3 or 4 different TVs on, you know what I mean? It's a big open area, a big cafeteria. But I would play Wonderwall. What? No, those songs, those hit songs in the 90s and that. It's the ones I still play, with the exception of a few extra ones, some Bon Jovi or whatever. But I play every day. And I didn't become rich and famous. I didn't sign a record, no record deals. But nobody ever, for 3 months, ever come to our table or my table, because I use it by myself. Some people might sit there. Nobody ever told me to shut up. Nobody ever told me not to quit my day job. And I would look back on that as like, playing music for 3 hours straight every morning, or in the daytime, whatever, you know what I mean? And 300 people are trying to watch TV, and they're playing cards, and they're doing their thing. It's a drop-in center. But here I am cranking out hits, like they're not even in the room. And I basically, how do you do that in front of you? Tune them out. But remember in here that you're playing for them. They're the ones that aren't telling you to shut up. They're the ones who are not telling you to, not quit your day job or go outside and play for a while or something. They're looking at you. Kind of weird. And because you were, I like music. I know somebody's pretty good. I listen to them. I know how music moves me. I wonder how my music moves other people. About 300 people in for 3 months in the drop-in center. Nobody ever said anything. No. I used to play in the streets of Calgary. But then I took a hiatus, so let's say, I don't know the timelines here, but anyway, for 5 years I was on the streets of Toronto homeless. And when I got here, I had sold my guitar because it was kind of cold in winter. And I just had a guitar. I didn't have no backing tracks or anything like that. It was heavy. I'm homeless. I'm doing things that cause you to be homeless that I shouldn't be doing, you know what I mean? Especially as a musician or anybody, but you get caught up in that shit street life, you know what I mean? Living on the sidewalks. And I decided one fall, about 2 years ago, was enough. And I just started battling back to get a place and arguing with government, what do you call that, officials or help centers and this and that. And up here, it's a little over a year, November last year, 2020. So hindsight is 2020. We're reviewing 2021 a little bit here as we change my strings. And the whole purpose of this here little message is what I'm talking about is you got to change to sound better. You got to change to look better. You got to change to be better. And you should always strive to be better. And people say don't care about what people think about you, but yeah, but I like people like my music. I want people to like me. I do. I don't care if they like me, but I want people to like me. If ever I was to open for Nickelback, I want to know that 1/3 of the seats that was sold for the Nickelback show was only because I was opening. And Nickelback probably hoping the same thing. What? You know what I mean? If I was to open for Nickelback, I want to put on a performance. I want to know that I'm going to draw in a crowd too. I'm going to eat off of Chad Kroger and his buddy's buffet plate, but I want to bring something to the table too. Same as tonight, out come the peg, and I don't know where it went. That sucks. I hate that, man. I do it all the time now too, eh? I'm just going to put it in here. I have to find that peg. Yeah? Sometimes the peg flies. What's the moral of this whole story? Sometimes the peg flies out of the hole and you just don't know where it's going to go. But anyway, why am I changing my string? Why? Because you got to change. You want to be better. I want to be better than what I was yesterday. I went down last night and it's kind of chilly down there. It's Thursday. So, I made a couple of bucks in an hour, you know what I mean? But it's cold. And I was all burping and I wasn't ready for show and I'm feeling down on myself because I've been eating junk food for the last 2-3 weeks. Not junk food, but I mean, I'm not on my everything I eat is a stir fry diet. You know what I mean? All I eat is spinach and tomatoes and I was on that kind of kick all summer, you know what I mean? But I felt great. I felt really good. And I started eating some fatty foods and this and that, and prepared foods from the store, shimojas, and not feeling so good. So I got to change the strings so I feel better. So I got to change the strings on my guitar to make it sound better, because if I go out there tonight on the sidewalk, I want pretty young women to look at me, give me money. I should look at the $5, see if they put their phone numbers on there. If they put their phone numbers on there, so I could probably call them. But they don't have a telephone. Says, I wanted to play for a Def Leppard cover band one time. So I said, what's your phone? I said, I don't got one. He said, well, fucking, how the fuck am I supposed to, you know, like, no. No, we don't want you to audition. You don't have a telephone? No. And I couldn't see it, but I can see it now. Contact. We'd like to be able to stay in touch with our guitarists, you know, or whatever, you know. If you need somebody to back up your band, just let me know. We're not going nowhere with this. We're just having a talk. We're putting strings on and making noise. It's a little over 15 minutes long. You probably never made it this far. If you did, you did. If not, not. Happy today. Today is November 18th or 19th, 2021. The temperature is now 5 degrees. This is your captain's address. We will be heading down to the King in Portland tonight to play on the sidewalk, I would imagine, if I'm not in bed sleeping by 9 o'clock. It's kind of hard. I'm trying to get all this figured out. It's like, okay, most jobs you get up in the morning, right? You get up in the morning, you know, do a little exercise, wash your face, go to work, the best part of your day. And this is hard because I don't want to go downtown at 8 o'clock in the morning playing my guitar on the sidewalk. So, and anyway, you figure it out. You got any creative advice? I'd like to hear it now. Thank you. This is the Creative Edge. Boom. Subscribe, or Max will get you.